tsunami. Awareness and importance of mangrove ecosystems has been growing, leading to legislative changes and better management of these valuable and vital resources. In Gujarat, on the western coast of India, 90% of mangroves are located around the Gulf of Kutch, while the rest of the mangroves are found in the Gulf of Kambat on the south coast. Juma Bhai, a former forest guard and a resident of Jamnagar, one of the most industrialized towns of Gujarat, has witnessed the changes.
पहले मैंग्रोव बहुत अच्छे बहुत बड़े थे। 82 में सभी खत्म हो गए थे मैंग्रोव। कोई जगह क्रीक के किनारे जो थोड़े बहुत बचे थे वो थे, लेकिन ऊपर जो मड फ्लैट पे वो सब खत्म हो गए थे। नौलखी से लेके ओखा तक के मैंग्रोव सभी साफ हो गए थे। मैंग्रोव में जो ग्रेजिंग होता था कैमल के जरिए और जलाने के लिए लकड़ी भी ले जाते थे काट के, तो वो दोनों बंद हो गया। तो उसके बाद मैंग्रोव में ज़्यादा स्पीड आई जर्मिनेशन की और उसके बाद बढ़ने लगे। तो आज समझो ये एरिया जो पूरा है यहाँ पे भी और नौलखी से ओखा तक वो सभी जो ओपन हो गए थे वो अभी मैंग्रोव आ गए उधर।
Loss of mangrove cover and restoration of the fragmented ecosystem requires scientific intervention and strategies to stop land loss and intrusion of seawater. The Indian government, along with the State Forest Department, has initiated a major mangrove plantation drive along the coast. The project aims to restore the fragmented areas and conserve existing mangrove forests with the help of local communities and volunteers.
This goal of mangrove conservation, mangrove forestation, we planted more than 10,000 hectares this year. So it's a comprehensive approach of the local people, the NGOs, forest department, and that result we can see in 15 years. We have more mangrove, 2.5 times.
Periodic monitoring of the area is carried on. Rare species of mangroves are identified and protected. A nursery alongside provides saplings to replace mangroves that are old or dead.
पहले हम लोग का छोटा था मालूम पड़ता कि ये कितना कितना फायदा है। अभी ये पूरा हम लोग ये आखा गांव का किनारा किनारा पत्ता है ना ग्रीन हो गया मतलब पूरा वृक्ष का बड़ा हो गया। वृक्ष बड़ा हो गया तो हमको गांव के लिए इतना फायदा हो गया कि भाई फिशिंग का भी थोड़ा जो करचला पैर में रहता है वो पैर मतलब झाड़ के नीचे रहता है, तो वो बहुत एक आदमी कम से कम 5-5 किलो लेके आता है, 2 किलो 5 किलो 3 किलो ऐसे लेके आता है। तो मतलब एक दिन का हम लोग कम से कम 150 रुपये का लोग रोजी रोटी मिल जाता है, वो फायदा है।
Regular seminars, workshops and field visits have helped, especially the local youth and women from the villages, to understand the role of mangroves in their lives. Many self-help groups have also been formed along the coastline to help build awareness among the people and involve them in the mangrove restoration activities. Restoration work is now being carried out in many locations where mangroves were once more abundant. The objective is to restore the degraded and fragmented mangrove forests. Many small nurseries have also been established around the coastline to supply mangrove seedlings. In Sundarbans alone, over 3,500 kilometers of degraded embankments have already been afforested in an effort to stabilize the mudflats and embankments.
Mangroves for the Future is led by IUCN and the United Nations Development Programme, but it involves many other agencies and partners. It is assisting India and 7 other member countries of the region to share information and take collective action to improve the sustainable management of the coastal zone. It emphasizes the importance of investing in coastal ecosystems as a form of natural infrastructure where the value of the goods and services that mangroves and coral reefs provide is actually much greater than most of us appreciate. And certainly it's have a true picture of the real cost of converting these valuable ecosystems before they approve development projects.
But the challenges ahead are formidable. Government efforts alone cannot be successful. The collaborative efforts and participation of communities dependent on these forests is crucial to ensure successful propagation and conservation of these young forests. Joint mangrove management programs have also been set up to create alternate livelihood options for the villagers. The women run the mangrove nurseries and ensure a regular supply of seedlings. The awareness camps and regular intervention have also helped the villagers understand the link between the mangroves and their own lives and the protection these forests offer against natural disasters.
আমরা সবাই মিলে মানে এই যে প্রতিশ্রুতি নিয়েছি আমরা চারা তৈরি করব মানে গাছে সবুজে ভরিয়ে দেব সব জায়গায় যত কষ্ট হোক আমরা যার জন্য মানে খুব চেষ্টায় আছি এরপরেও যদি আমাদের বেশি চারা তৈরি করতে বলেন সাহায্য সুযোগ দেন আমরা তাতেও প্রস্তুত আমরা চারা তৈরি করছি এবং 2 টাকা পিস হিসাবে সেই চারা ওনারাও ফরেস্টে নেবেন এবং যদি বাইরে কোনো অর্ডার থাকে সেখানেও আমরা এই চারা দেব দিয়ে
Similarly, in Tamil Nadu, the Joint Mangrove Management Program engages villagers and local communities for the maintenance and protection of these plantations. This is beginning to yield results.
People do realize that mangroves perform multiple functions, not only providing the food security for coastal communities and coastal fauna, not only human beings, but other animals and so on, ecological security for coastal areas, and above all, the livelihood security of the people in that area. Therefore, I am confident mangroves for the future is a very timely initiative and will meet with great success.
Scientists have been working to cope with the increasing salinity of water. Genes from the mangroves are now helping in the introduction of new varieties of crops that are saline tolerant. A new discovery where mangrove genes could help us address the food security problem of the future.
Mangroves, since they can grow in a mixture of seawater and fresh water, has genes which are responsible for salinity tolerance. Today, with the help of modern biotechnology, those genes have been identified and transferred to very good rice varieties like Punni, IR64 and many pulses. They have therefore opened up a new opportunity for farmers in coastal regions.
Along Tamil Nadu's 950 kilometers of coastline, the major mangrove wetlands are at Pichavaram and in the Muthupet region. Over 237 tons of fish is harvested from these wetlands annually, mostly for export. Thousands of local fishermen, including some of the weakest marginal communities, depend on these mangroves for their sustenance. Some families in the Muthupet region still practice a unique 200-year-old technique, an interdependence between the mangroves and fishery development, canal fishing. These man-made canals allow free flow of fresh tidal water, which decreases soil salinity. This helps the mangrove plants to establish and propagate. Fish and prawns too proliferate under these conducive conditions. Traditional wisdom helping in the sustainable management and utilization of the mangrove ecosystem and its resources. Community participation and scientific management of plantations is making a difference. Mangrove forests in India have increased from 4,000 square kilometers to over 4,600 square kilometers over the past 20 years.
The Government of India would take all possible steps to work with the local communities to increase the mangrove cover. In the long run, create a sustainable system for the preservation and even increase in the mangrove cover.
The progress in India in terms of the collective interest to restore and conserve the mangroves is very good. So in specific locations, and many of the states of India are a very good example, there are great successes. But we have to scale up those successes and disseminate them more effectively to the countries and areas that are still losing mangroves.
In our ignorance, we may have destroyed the most powerful and abundant natural resource, threatening not only our own food security, but even jeopardizing the lives of over 3 billion people on the planet. Fortunately, we are the only species on Earth that can reverse that damage. The urgent need is for a collective effort on mangrove restoration and protection to return the ecosystem to health and restore the balance between man and nature. The collaborative effort by the government, civil society organizations, communities and global agencies like the IUCN and the Mangroves for the Future initiative will help mangroves to recover and regain their equilibrium, ensuring a sustainable and secure future not only for millions of people, but also for the silent guardians and protectors of our coastlines, the mangroves.
পরিবেশবিদ ও জীববিদদের মতে সুন্দরবন সমুদ্র উপকূলবর্তী নোনা পরিবেশের একটি বড় অখণ্ড ম্যানগ্রোভ বন। বাংলাদেশ ও ভারতের বিশাল অঞ্চল জুড়ে বিস্তৃত সমুদ্র অববাহিকার সম্মুখে অবস্থিত এ বনভূমি ব্রহ্মপুত্র ও গঙ্গার মোহনায় অবস্থিত। সারা পৃথিবীর 3টি ম্যানগ্রোভ বনের মধ্যে সুন্দরবনের অবস্থান সবচেয়ে মর্যাদা সম্পন্ন।